Hello, beautiful friends. You have landed on the Oracle of the Feather Crown Tree for the Diamond Enlightenment reading for May during the period around the full moon in Scorpio, the flower moon. This could also be for whenever you happen upon the reading. If it's just at random, it's perfectly fine. This is the third part of a series that I'm doing called the Diamond Enlightenment reading. I've just broke it down into 3 separate segments so it's easier to digest, but it's certainly a beautiful reading, all composed as one. So the cards for this segment of the reading will begin with what is beginning for you, and then move into what you can really focus on and develop that you've already started, and then aspects in your life that are ready for harvest. There are 8 cards here, and we will begin with the first set, 4 new beginnings. From a yogic path, we have Tejas, subtle essence of intelligence and courage, radiant and glowing. Your intellect and courage glistens in your eyes. You have a radiant glow to you that reflects your passion within. You are on this planet for a reason and are deeply committed to your higher purpose. You carry a spark of energy that uplifts those around you and are a natural born leader. As a warrior of love, you are committed to raising the vibration of this planet, even if it sparks controversy. By being your highest self and committing to your truth, you encourage others to do the same. Continue sharing your spark with others who have lost theirs. By the way, if you're born somewhere around this time, the themes in these readings should act as points of interest for you, highlights for you throughout the year ahead. Okay, so our second card for new beginnings will be from the Dragon Oracle deck. We have Green Gold Dragon from Sirius. It brings universal knowledge to your spiritual pathway. Learn about spiritual technology. Be a transmitter of sacred knowledge. Within the inner planes of the star system of Sirius and its ascended aspect, there are renowned universities attended by beings from the entire cosmos. And these elevated establishments, higher knowledge and spiritual technology from many universes are disseminated. These magnificent dragons work in these academies of light and carry the keys and codes of spiritual technology of the future in their energy fields. Their mission is to spread this to all those who are ready to help bring in the new golden age. These dragons are cosmic travelers, and like all dragons, help us move through the dimensions. In addition, they will guide and protect us on our interdimensional journeys between Earth and other parts of the universe, especially if we aspire to be an intergalactic master. Drawing this card suggests you invite these luminous beings to swirl around you, touching your chakras with the sacred geometry of the universe. Then ask them to tune you in to any aspect of higher knowledge you can bring forward now. Sit quietly and allow this to happen. You may receive a download of information, or various keys and codes you carry in your soul may light up. If so, you will become a transmitter who broadcasts sacred knowledge through you, though you may not be consciously aware of it. This is a very powerful dragon, so notice subtle changes in your thoughts and attitudes. Your dreams may reveal memories from your travels with the wonderful green gold dragons from Sirius. Our next series of cards will be dealing with the theme of what we can continue to grow and nurture in our lives. Our first card is from the Enchanted Spell Oracle, and we have abundance, wealth, money, income. Cinnamon's rich, warming fragrance has been associated with abundance since ancient Egyptian times. In the medieval era, lashings of cinnamon were used in both sweet and savory dishes at the table of kings and aristocrats to demonstrate wealth and status. Cinnamon's use in money and success spells to generate prosperity is widely accepted. On a metaphysical level, cinnamon can restore confidence and transform misery to happiness. The priestess of abundance is surrounded by symbols of plenty. Gold coins and decorative pillars suggest luxurious surroundings. She stands under an herb wheel of cinnamon, cloves, and orange, botanicals known to symbolize prosperity. The red base chakra, responsible for attracting material wealth, is also represented. The goddess eye symbol signifies a desire for financial vitality and strength. When the priestess of abundance appears, it is time to start thinking about creative ways that you can generate wealth in your life. Look at how you can create different streams of income, not from just one source, but several. This could mean decluttering your home and exchanging items you no longer want or need. Or it could mean turning a hobby or skill into a little enterprise that runs alongside your main job. It can mean dipping your toe into the share market, or even discovering ways to reduce consumption of unnecessary items. Abundance means different things to different people. For some, abundance is an overseas holiday. For others, it is savings in the bank. Abundance can mean luxurious bedding, or a gorgeous landscaped garden, or a beautiful view. An abundance of time without having to rush everywhere is a real luxury for some. Find out what abundance means for you and work out how you can include its essence in your life. Our next card for what we can nurture right now is Taming the Wind from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Here the feather, a symbol that is used in clearing ceremonies for smudging, reminds you of the sacred commitment you make to your life. This is the symbol of consciously bringing the spiritual into the material, infusing the world with reverence and an acknowledgement of the higher planes of existence. That influence and animate all life. The feather is a symbolic reminder of deliberately entering into a partnership with the Great Spirit to co-create for the highest good of all. It is time to clear your energy, be present, to become conscious of how you communicate. This is a good time to write in a journal and put your thoughts into a cohesive form. Perhaps you need to actually do smudging ceremony in your home or office, creating a sacred space to write about your dreams and desires. Just remember that when Taming the Wind appears as a symbol, it is time to honor the Great Spirit with reverence and respect. Another card to give us some insight about what we can nurture will be from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, and we have riches. Personal Saturn is in its happiest position in the sign of Capricorn, And people with this placing feel a great need to make their mark on life. For that reason, they direct extreme self-discipline and tenacity towards personal achievement. They have more patience than most people, and this is just as well as by far their greatest successes occur as they get older. Saturn Capricorn people are good organizers and take their responsibilities seriously. They can accept other people's authority, knowing that this is just a step on the path to becoming an authority themselves. It is always advisable for Saturn Capricornians to be aware of going over the top and forgetting their sense of fun. They may need to heed the old saying about all work and no play. Life begins at 40 for people with Saturn in Capricorn, and most people with this aspect grow easier and more relaxed as they prosper and flourish with each progressive success. The negative of all this is not nice, and in extreme cases, the Saturn Capricornian becomes the power-hungry miser, treading on other people's backs to get to the top. If excessive value is put on financial gain, one runs the risk of losing all sense of reality, putting every effort into making more and more money and refusing to spend on anything. When the richest card appears in a reading, it usually points toward the successful conclusion of a financial arrangement or deal. And our last card for what we can continue to nurture will be from the Earth Warriors Oracle, and we have Totemic Puma, Power Awakening. You've got this. Don't let fear or hesitation hold you back. Apply yourself fully to the task. Let go of old ways of viewing yourself as incapable, scattered, or wasteful of energy. You have the ability to focus intently, to generate clear intention, and to achieve your ambitions through methodical steps and an applied will. You have the internal resources you need for successful completion. Even if no one else recognizes your potential and believes in your future success, in due course they will understand differently. By then you will already be moving on to your new task. Trust your sense of timing. Have patience. When you know it is time to leap, do it without hesitation. Puma moves through your soul as guardian and guide. When Puma appears, it is a significant sign that you have come into your power. Puma moves with stealth and silence, observing, being patient as she narrows her focus. She cultivates energy so that the correct amount of inner power for the outer action is there when needed. When she strikes, it is with precision and effectiveness. She doesn't waste energy. She chooses her opportunities. Hesitation is not in her nature. There is no time or energy for doubt and uncertainty when one is fully engaged in conscious participation in the moment. And some energies that we have really worked at and have come into full bloom, are ready to be harvested, are going to be the themes of our last two cards. From the Power deck, we have Destiny. Your act of power is the key to your destiny. Like a sacred flute player, enticing your truth of spirit out into the light of day. Your own power, because you are made of power. Own your power because you are made of power. as an act of power, comes from a place of passion within your deepest being. It is an expression of your totality, of who you are in the world. To find your act of power is to live your dreams. What would you do if you could do anything? Discover what that is and then do it. To find your power is to find your destiny. And our last card from the Tao Oracle is Grace. Ancient cultures throughout the world revered those who were exceptionally gifted or beautiful as manifestations of God's grace, a link between the divine creator and humankind. Today we call such people stars, but what we really revere is their celebrity and fame, rather than their individual qualities. To be a true star, however, is to radiate well-being and an attitude that says, I feel at home with myself and with the world. Everyone in this sense has the potential for stardom. It is our birthright, regardless of our physical appearance, social standing, abilities, or the whims of fashion. Despite what the cult of stardom would have us believe, real beauty and the grace that surrounds it is never contrived. It is luminosity that emanates from within, ephemeral and ageless, a natural glow that arises from living a balanced life, like the lotus blossom that appears above the muddiest of waters. The lifelong challenge we face is to transform the dark and the difficult into light, fragrance, and ultimately the flower of consciousness. Beauty and our perception of it manifest in a myriad ways. For a scientist, it might appear as a flash of clarity when one of those mysteries of the universe reveals its hidden design. For a painter, it could be the interplay of shifting color or light and shadow in the landscape. A composer might hear music in the night sky or in sunlit waters. The creative impulse in us springs from those moments of grace when all the divergent elements of life seem to harmonize perfectly. When everywhere we look, we perceive the brilliance and mystery of a masterwork that transcends the knowable. Our expressions of creativity are essentially an homage to the Tao. Awareness of beauty is inextricably bound with a sense of impermanence. Everywhere in nature, beauty is born, fades, and returns again to beget beauty in a continuous creative unfoldment. We create many problems for ourselves by wanting to demystify and possess beauty and grace, to reproduce an essentially ephemeral experience and make it permanent. When all efforts fail, as they inevitably must, we become stuck in an impossible longing to recreate what was lost through some contrivance of our own. If we can manage to withdraw from the desire to grasp and possess, the experience of grace becomes a source of inner nourishment that deepens our aesthetic pleasure and joy in life. Learn simply to greet beauty when it comes, to reflect upon it and become one with it, with no demands or expectations. Contemplate beauty and allow it to infuse your life. You will be beautified by it, and an aesthetic sense will naturally arise in you. Recognize that beauty is fleeting. Meditate on the transitoriness of all things, which will kindle in you the desire to be aware in every moment and to give life's beauty some form of expression. This moment is an invitation to shine and to give of your best graciously and wholeheartedly. Let your model be Mother Nature, whose elegance and generosity knows no bounds, and whose capacity to beautify is never less than perfect. The beauty of nature is love. And that concludes our reading for the Diamond Enlightenment for this lovely period in our lives. Thank you, blessed ones, for sharing this time with me. Please feel free to join me again in any of the other readings I have for offer. Take good care, and much love and peace to all of you.